is my signal?
Strong.
40 over to me, KM6SR.
Hey, Rob.
You're stronger than he is, Rob. That height makes a big difference.
Yeah, how many watts you running there, Mike?
About 800, but I'm pointed due north. I'm pointed right at you.
Okay, I think I'm pointing down to Bakersfield, which should be pretty close to you. I'm pushing out here around 1500.
Yeah, talk some more. Let me give you a peak read here.
Okay. Yeah, this PQL amp does a good job. I probably could make it go a little higher, but I'm satisfied with what it is. No need to push it there. Over.
Roger. Yeah, you're about 50 over.
Maybe I need to back off a bit then.
No, that's okay.
Mikey complains that after I key up, takes him a second or two before his gain to get back in shape to hear anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably overloading his front end.
Either that or fry the front end.
Well, I usually don't point towards him, so we're okay there, I guess. Yeah, I can hear him when he transmits, even without a feed line or just a feed line, no antenna on some of these bands when he's got his amp on. Over.
Hello. What's he doing with an amp on with no antenna?
No, me. I've had my switch in the wrong spot and didn't have an antenna on, and my feed line would just pick up his signal.
I can believe that.
I was hearing some of the LA guys in here, but they kind of dropped off. They may be doing a lot of their net on vertical anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna point down that way.
Yeah. KB6, JSF, Bozo, 1192, 706.
I started picking up a lot of noise when I was going through the east, and then it calmed down after it went further south.
Yeah, I'm down there towards where the guy up there in the desert would be on there, and we'll see if he shows up there. Anyway, I turned my antenna away in the opposite direction, Mike, so let's try my receiver.
Well, I'm pointed at you now, basically.
Yeah, you're on the back side now. You're not as loud as you were when I was pointed at you.
Oh, okay.
Pointed southeast. Hello. Well, one of these antennas that Mike's make handle 1600 watts with just one antenna?
Yeah, I think so. I asked him that the other day, and he said all of his antennas are meant to handle the legal limit.
Even one by itself, that's good.
I think so. I would probably double check if you found a model you like on the website and see that it does, you know, because he always has down there what it'll take.
That sounds good. Anyway, you going to show up at the DX convention?
Of course. We're going down Friday morning early. I'm going to bring Marcus on down. Then, are you going to be going there anytime or all days or what?
I can head down Friday. I was planning on just going Saturday, but I'll find out when Tom's going to show up.
I think Tom's going to be there Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. He's going to go Thursday night, so that's why he may miss the net. He was telling Mike that. We kind of talked to Tom about maybe having lunch on Friday. John, K6MI, is going to be down there about that time also.
Okay. Yeah, we're supposed to have lunch with him on Saturdays, Mike and I, and whoever else.
Okay. Yeah, Aaron and I have previous commitment on Saturday. We're doing the Vintage Days thing for the club out there, having set up a radio and stuff and trying to, promote the club and get people interested in it there, over. And it's on Saturday.
Okay. Well, Mike and I got all the vintage you could use.
All the vintage, huh? Well, yeah, Vintage Days, that's what they call it. I'm not sure exactly where it originated from, but it's at Fresno State.
That sounds good. He and I both know that here go back prehistoric. And you can always run CW, whatever that stuff is.
Yep, I think I heard our fearless leader whistle up.
I heard it.
K6USY.
Oh, that's K6USY on the back of my antenna. Good evening, Aaron.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, I think the only thing you don't want to put full legal limit through is a hoe loop.
Oh, why not?
Well, we can try it.
Always set your house on fire.
I'd probably put two of them together and then they would handle it. I think singly some of them handle 800 watts.
That's what the spec is.
Tell Aaron not to forget to put a rotor on those non-directional antennas.
Yeah, I know. I'm teasing Mike. I'm taking my my loop and aiming it all over the place and never gets any better.
Well, you got to stack two of them. That's how you can tell the difference when you rotate it.
Okay, I guess I need to try that, huh?
Yeah, you got to have stacked omnidirectional antennas.
I'll just get the whole house to spin. K6USY, 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Sounds good. I got you all checked in so far.
Okay, 432 I have also. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Mike. KM6SR, number 432.
W86AJ 727.
982's here.
Got 982, got 727, got 432, got 1079, got 1100, got 800, and who else?
KK6ZKE
704.
Whiskey 6 Papa Echo 620.
What was the number again, Mike?
It was 620, 620.
Oh, 620. Yeah, okay, I thought you said 60. Okay, 620, we got you. Good evening. Who is 1042?
1042, 1042.
Who is 1042? Give it to me slowly. You're very light. I'm probably getting you off the back of the beam. Go ahead again.
Kilo Charlie 6, November Kilo Kilo in Barstow, California.
Just give me the call. Give me the call a couple of more times.
And no worries. Kilo Charlie 6, November Kilo Kilo. Kilo Charlie 6, November Kilo Kilo. Barstow, California. 1042.
Oh, Barstow, California. My goodness. Kilo Charlie 6, November Kilo Kilo in Barstow. Well, good deal. What's your grid square down there in Barstow? Over. What is your grid square in Barstow? Over.
That's Delta Mike 14, DM14, Delta Mike 14.
Delta Mike 04, very good. This is DMO7 here. And thank you for checking in from Southern California there. K6MYC, Bozo 47. You can pass it on.
Appreciate you hearing me up there in Bozo.
Okay, let's see. 704. Good evening, Terry. How are you?
7-2.
I got you, Frank, 7-2. You back feeling better?
Well, my back it was only a little bit sore. It wasn't really my back so much as my legs. And, I just sat down for dinner and was sitting relaxing, eating dinner for about an hour and got up to walk out. And my thighs and the insides of my thighs are just screaming. So I'm loosening up, though. I got some little exercise today. I spliced some of that wire I got from you together, splicing that to make these runs out to switches and rotors and stuff like that. Didn't do anything strenuous, but I'm just sore, that's all. But I'm loosening up, and it's getting a little better.
Yeah, okay. Good deal.
Yeah, it's just muscle soreness, no physical damage. Just, I haven't done work like that in a while, and it really got my legs and my thighs.
Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah, that would do it. Okay. I don't know what happened to Terry. Terry, I didn't mean to ignore you, but we had other people calling in, and the one from L.A. was very weak, so I had to struggle a little bit there. You still with us, Terry? Boy, Terry was in and out. Okay, who else do we have here? K6MYC, Bozo Net, looking down toward Southern California and toward Lake Isabella. KB6RQU or N6SWR. How about you, Ben?
Hey, Mike, Ben texted me. He's going to go to his Mustang car meeting tonight. He didn't think he'd be back in time. He hasn't been to a meeting yet this year. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just check him in. 247. Let's check him in.
That's
KJ6TYO1009.
right, guys. There's John. Can you hear me?
I heard you, but you were doubled up by a local. Who was it? Did I hear you? Go ahead.
St. Charles, Southern California, Bozo Net, Pensacola.
Yeah, you're pretty light. I'm running very high power here. And so you've got to give me the information at least a couple of times very slowly. Southern California, go again. This is Mike, Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, Bozo 47, Northern California, over. I'm waiting for you to respond, over. Well, maybe I faded out for him. 1009, good evening, Ron.
Good evening, Mike.
You're awful quiet down there, Ron. Normally you have more verbiage for us. Very nice day. Did you get a chance to enjoy any of the day today?
Oh, yeah, running up and down that highway with the air conditioner on.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So you were on the road most of the day. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing, Dale?
All righty. Well, we're looking for Rob, KB6RQU.
Oh, we talked to the coast over there. I don't know who that was, but he was blowing smoke in here.
Well, the LA guys are getting loud. We haven't heard from Ken for a week now. I wonder, anybody got any word on OIB?
Yeah, he's hanging around. He's kind of busy. We got a board meeting tomorrow night. I forgot. I need to tell you that. So maybe we'll check in from over there.
Wow. You guys over down the west side out there in the valley, and Mike over down the coast, you're blowing smoke into my shack over here, KG6QFS.
Boy, you're loud too, John. Good evening. Got your 831. You got my 847, and there's probably some others here. Go ahead, John.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, you guys are really coming in strong. I think I heard Rob there. Is that right?
Yep, QSL. How you doing there, John? KG6 USS, KM6SRR, 432. Over.
Hi, you're sitting in the chair right next to me there, Rob. I can't believe it. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm out in your driveway. You didn't know?
Well, you wouldn't be on my driveway. You'd be on my dirt road. But yeah. Anyway, you got a good signal in here tonight, both of you. Anybody else out there on your side there want to check in with 831 for the Southern California part?
KG6 USS AA6S Able 6 Sugar 800 John 800 Bill and Visalia. You're very loud, and I also heard I didn't get the beginning of this call. It was a Sierra Hotel India, I believe, that called in earlier. Anyway, KG6 USS AA6S, over.
All right, we got you there, AA6S, and good signal also. Man, oh man, you guys are just blasting me out here.
Yeah, fantastic. You're doing good down here too, John. Go ahead.
Copy that. All right, well, we'll take anybody else who wants to check in with the Southern California Bozo Net.
This thing working? KE6VON.
KG6 USS WA6A.
We hear you, Adam.
Over.
Okay, it was quiet.
Whiskey Alpha 6 Alpha Juliet 727.
All right, got you there, Whiskey Alpha 6 Alpha Juliet 727. Got you on the list there. What's your QTH?
QTH is Clovis.
Copy, Clovis. Wow. Yeah, wow, man. I'll tell you what, you're bringing back a lot of memories. It used to be 99 was my home from home.
Yep, all the memories are here, right here in Clovis. Over.
Absolutely. All right, anybody else from over on San Joaquin or over on the west side there? 831 up here in the high desert looking for check-ins for the Bozo Net.
Are you hearing him, Frank?
How about you, Mike, AJ?
I just got him.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I guess I'm sleeping at the switch here.
Yeah, Mike, I got everybody that's trying to check in. I'm hearing Dale bleeding over here. I don't know if he's on the beam or on the vertical, but I hear him bleeding over on my side here.
Go ahead.
Where's 7-Eleven at? Hello, 7-Eleven. You copy 831. Let's go.
Don't run away, Adam.
We haven't heard John in here tonight, John down there in the high desert.
Okay, well, I didn't hear him. You haven't heard him, so I guess we won't check him in. All right, guys, hey, thanks for checking in. We'll catch you on Sunday night there. Bozo 831, KG6 USS up here in the high desert, and I'm going back to the vertical and my net control.
7-3, John.
Okay, John. Hey, was Dale trying to check in with us? Bozo 998 KN6 SHI?
No, I think he's working the vertical down there down in the South District there. I hear him bleeding over on my side on the vertical, on the horizontal here, but I think he's working his vertical down there.
Okay. Yeah, we had one guy the other day that wants to check in with us here, but he, Tim Goodrich, K6TW.
Yeah, where's he at? He was somebody new, Rob?
No, he used to check in a long time ago with us. He's down there in your area there, the LA area.
Oh, well, we'll have to try him out. Do you know his Bozo number?
Hang on a minute.
1190 also.
I have 1190, hang on.
Yeah, he's Bozo 224, John.
All right, well, I'll have Dale give a call out to him, see if he can drag him up. All right, guys, have a good rest of your week, and we'll catch you Sunday night there. Bozo 831, KG6USS, Southern California High Desert. Bozo for the Bozo Net, Southern California.
73, John. Okay, Mike, thanks.
Yeah, good night, John, and over to you, Adam, KE6VON, K6MYC, over.
Good evening, KE6VON 1040.
You got your 1040. Who was the 1090 that just called in, over?
That's 1190.
1190. Who was that? Is that you, John?
Roger, KG6QHK, Kilo Golf 6, Quebec Hotel Kilo, John in Clovis.
Yeah, hi, John. Good evening.
0.
Gotcha. Good evening, John. Good signal. Back to you for a second. To Adam, let's see. 1040, we got you. I'm just trying to think if I think the other night you checked in and I never got back to you, but sometimes it gets pretty hectic here. I get 3 or 4 piled up and then I drop somebody, lose you in the daisy chain, over.
Yeah, I did. I checked in on Sunday, and you acknowledged and said you'd get back to me, and I think it was like 10, 15 minutes later, I was like, yeah, you forgot. And I just went back down to the house, so no worries.
226.
There he is. There's 226. We were just asking about you. Nobody knew who you were.
WA60IB. Yeah, good evening all. I am here.
Okay, I got some fill-ins for you.
Good evening, Ken. WA6OIB, KM6SR. Good to hear you.
Yeah, good to hear you too. And hi to John there. I talked to him on 2 meters the other day, or yesterday, or was it today? I don't remember. Anyway, hello again.
Go ahead, John.
Which John?
QHK.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, almost completely forgot it was 7:30 or thereafter, and had to run back out here and fire the rig back up and get a check-in going.
Over there at what, Louisville and Willow, something like that?
No, down here off of Willow and Barstow.
That's it, Barstow and Willow, right? Yeah, I talked to you yesterday on the club repeater.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I remember. I've been trying to work 10 meters FT8 today, but propagation down here in the valley's been just really sketch today, so, a little bit here and there. Got East Malaysia and managed to get a call into Washington State and Hawaii and work on my worked all states.
Yeah, I was on FT8 earlier today. It was screaming. I had a lot of big things. About 2 o'clock, something like that, and guys all over the place.
I was decoding a little bit here and there, and it prompted me to check my time synchronization and everything, and even my feed line and everything. But it was terrible, at least over here.
What time, John? Because we had a flare that affected 40 meters in the morning, but I don't know, when were you on, and when was it good for you, Ken?
Well, I was on around 2 o'clock. It was great. There was signals everywhere.
Yeah, I was on and off throughout the day, and it was good early this morning, but then, it kind of fuzzed out long about, I would say about like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I had to take my daughter to the airport. She flew out this morning. Once I came back, it was sparse.
BBF.
Go ahead, Frank.
All right, good evening, John. Good evening, Ken. Since we're talking about the DX, John got his first shot today at trying to listen for some FT8 on 6 meters, although he just doesn't have enough antenna. But since we're on the subject of how good and bad the bands were, I, in about a half an hour period, worked 7 ZLs and 1 Mexico station and a couple statesides on 6 meters today. It wasn't great, but ZL was in strong, and I called CQ a couple times and ran through, like I say, about 7 in a row. Over.
That sounds great. Yeah, I didn't never fired up 6, so I just was in here for just about a half hour on 10.
Yeah, me on and off throughout the day, but well, hopefully it'll get better tomorrow again.
Maybe not. The flare was supposed to affect both Wednesday and Thursday, so it's an if tomorrow. It could get really good, and sometimes after a flare, it gets really good on the upper frequencies. 6 and 10 meters get really good. Other times it affects them. You just got to be there to find out.
Oh, and I will. Rest assured, I will definitely be there. Yeah, I just got to hang out here and watch the waterfall.
Yeah, I listened on 125 all day, but I didn't hear anything. But I wasn't on in the room most of the time. I was outside. So I don't know. I didn't hear anything on 6, nor did I see any spikes. But I was, I forgot to rotate. I was pointed toward the Caribbean all day.
Be where you want to be. Be where you want to be. Yeah, Caribbean would be nice this time of year. Well, I will go ahead and hand it back to you, KG6QHK.
Well, Q, up to about noon and maybe a little beyond is Caribbean time.
I know they got a mess real close, and I know they got one of my cats.
Watch for that tomorrow, and then you can start swinging towards South America more, and then over to ZL and VK. At what time did you work them today, Frank?
Let's see here. 6 meters. 0026 was the last contact. I started at 00.08 and ended at 26. So, right after 00.
5 o'clock our time.
Roger.
Well, there you go. That's the timing for the Pacific for you, John. Maybe a little earlier than that, too, but you never know.
Yeah, it all depends. Frank's up there a little ways, so he probably was getting better results. Plus, he's got more antenna up than I do, so yeah, he's definitely got the advantage. Anyway, like I said, I'll be in the woodwork. This is KG6QHK. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, John, KG6QHK, and the group K6MYC, and. Good to hear you, Ken. We've been missing you throughout the week here. Maybe we'll hear you tomorrow on 432. Are you going down to Visalia? No. Yes.
No. You guys aren't going to be there, so I'm not going to be there either. Nothing for me to do.
Rob, are you doing something in Visalia?
Yep, Roger. Marcus and I are going to go down early Friday morning and attend that kind of beginner DX thing in the morning, and then look at the vendors in the afternoon. We hope to see Paul over there and John K6MI maybe do a lunch. Over.
Okay. I thought you were going to do some old-time radio or something. When was that happening?
Old-time radio. Oh, you mean the net that's on tonight? Yeah, they start up at 8 o'clock tonight. So, no. That's on Sunday nights. This is the 10-meter net tonight.
Okay. Very good. Well, I guess it's time to go and see if we can get Ron over there at Tascadero, okay? 6MYC rotating.
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf, 971.
Oh, good evening, Dave. 971. We've got you. What's up?
Hey, not a lot there, Mike. Hope you had a wonderful day today. Just sitting back, sucking in oxygen. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. It was nice. We took a nice long ride, real relaxing ride through the hills today.
Where'd you go?
Around the property.
See, I thought you went for a road trip there. You said through the hills.
Oh, I've got lots of hills on my property here. We went up and down several hills. Up, down, and around. Okay, I've turned toward Tascadero. How about it, Ron? KW6QUI, K6MYC in the group.
K6MTS.
Hi, Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mike.
W6QUI, this must be another, well, this is another Wednesday, every third Wednesday, and the first and third Wednesday. This must be the, well, this isn't the first and the third, this is the middle Wednesday, isn't it? He's batting 1,000 now, he's missing the first and third Wednesday, and now he's missing the second Wednesday. Maybe he's just gotten out of the habit. W6QUI or anybody down in the Tascadero, Napomo, the beach area, San Luis Obispo, Paso Robles, anybody, K6MYC Bozo Net.
W6QUI, W6QUI, or anybody down in that direction. W6BBS with K6MYC and the Bozo Net calling. Over. Well, it's not your blockage, Mike. I hear nothing.
Well, I don't have a blockage to mount to anything on 2 meters. We always hear Ron. All right. Well, we'll keep on going towards Santa Cruz then.
I'm already there. Hello, Tom. KW6S, WA60IB in the Bozo.
WA60IB, KW6F.
There you are. Yep, typical 10/9 signal as usual. Yeah. Hey, are is your guy at all interested in that thing, or should I put it back in storage?
Yeah, I don't think he is. First he was going crazy over it and wanted to know if we could come and get it. And then the more he looked at it, pretty much all the... He wanted to have spare parts for... He'd like to have 2 antennas and some spare parts, and what he's got now is 1 antenna that needs parts, and yours doesn't have any of them.
Okay, it's a different antenna then.
Yeah, I guess there's 2 different kinds of those, well, more than 2, as I discovered today. There's several different of those center housings, and that isn't the one he has.
Yeah, well, he's probably got the other model. There's 2 models of that same, except the other model's got 40 meters. This does not have 40. It's 20 through 6. So maybe he's got the 40 through 6.
Yeah, it is 40 through 6, and I discovered today it's either got an open trace on it or a jumper was never put on it. So I was working on one of those units in the middle, and it could have never worked the way it is now unless there's some trace opened up on a board that you can't possibly ever get to. So I wired around it.
There you go. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just trying to find a home for it because I don't have any use for it here, and it's a good antenna. Nothing wrong with it. It works, and I've got all the parts and pieces to make it work. So, all right. Well, thank you for letting me know. I'll stick it back in storage. I had it set out ready to go, and all ready to load up in the truck. But we'll take care of it. Thank you. WA60IB.
Oh yeah, and then I got excited because I thought I saw a 6-meter Moxon in the background, and then I got to thinking looking a little closer, and it's like a 6-meter halo or something.
No, it's a 10-meter Moxon.
Oh, it must be a lot bigger than I thought it was then. Yeah, I thought that was I've been looking for a 6-meter Moxon to go portable with.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, this is a 10-meter. Yeah, it is a little bigger. And I swept it the other day, and it's really, right on the money. And so anyway, I got to find a home for it too. I don't need a horizontal loop.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm riding down with him to Visalia tomorrow, so I'll give him a last chance talk about it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Very good. Back to you, Mike. Thank you much for your consideration down there. KW6S, WA60IB, back to net.
Okay. Very good, guys. And big booming signal over here tonight, Tom. Good evening to you, KW6S, and then we'll take a standby for Lee. I wonder if you're in here. AF6 United, K6MYC. I heard part of a word, but it sounded like maybe a antenna's not connected. Rob, do you want to say hello to Tom?
That was Dane.
Oh, my goodness. I only heard one word from Dane.
Sure, I'll talk to Tom. How you doing, Tom? KW6S, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Good evening there, Rob. Yeah, you're doing good here tonight, and I didn't think that was Lee because I didn't hear anything. We'll have to thump him a little to get him back on the air here. Very well. I'll check and see if you have a good spot picked out for us for lunch on Friday there, Rob. And if not, we'll maybe have to get some guidance from AA6S or something. KM6SRR, KW6S.
Yeah, Bill knows it real good. I go with his guidance.
Somebody was in there very weak. Who was that? Alpha Echo 6 Sugar?
Yeah, Roger. KW6S, KW6S. AA6S. Just wanted to know if I could give you my phone number or get your phone number there, Tom, over.
We can do both. My phone number is area code 831-419-7123. Good. Yeah, I'll get that on my. I'll get that programmed into my phone tonight here, so I'll have it through the weekend.
Who are you talking to, Tom?
That was Bill, Mike, AA6S.
And I got that number, but what's that number for? Very good. Okay, I will. I'll get both of those in there for you. So see you probably Saturday. But do you have a good suggestion for us for Friday? Short walk, I think. I think we have kind of a tight slot. I'm omnivorous. I don't know about Rob.
There was a place that Mike and the group went to last time we walked down to. It was pretty nice there. I forgot the name. It's very popular down there. It's on Appleton's show all the time.
That's good, and you should go there. It's about 3-block walk.
Is there any more hints on what it's called or something?
It's on the corner. It's on the northwest corner, and but it's about 2 blocks over east from the convention center and up a block south. Over.
Does Rob know where it is?
You might be able to find it.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on the name, but it's very popular.
Can you find it?
Okay, that'll work for me for Friday. and so we'll have to get together when you get out of contest. DX Academy.
Yep, that sounds good.
Can you find it again, Rob?
Oh yeah, I think so. I'll get the name of it before I go.
Okay. So it looks like you're covered for lunch.
Yeah, sounds good here. Boy, we're sorry you're not going to be there. You'd kind of fill out the party.
Don't forget Dane.
Okay, let's see if we can hear 5 watts from Dane. What are you doing tonight, Dane?
Oh, just waiting to be recognized, and then I'm going to run into dinner and chat. And yes, you're showing 5 watts. And 6
WB6JNP, K6MYC, readability 3. What did he say, Frank?
Oh, he was just waiting to get checked in so he can go in and get something to eat, Mike.
Okay, go get something to eat. I must have you in a deep null because you're weak as I've ever heard you.
Okay, well, you're showing S8 on my end. What?
Yeah, but I'm running 1500 and you running 5. Okay, and I'm also about pointed at you, so go get something to eat and we'll talk to you maybe later in the net here.
Sure, sir.
All right, let me try one more time for Lee over there. AF6 United Lee, K6MYC, and then Bozo Net. Okay, nothing heard over there. How about the Bay Area? Let me move up a little bit. WV6GGY, we hear you, Phil. Good evening, 884. We got you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for Mike. We'll be on the side. WV6GGY.
As you will see in a few minutes when I get more in your direction, it's just about Q3 at the moment with noise and stuff. Bay Area, K6MYC, 2-meter Bozo Net, over.
W6TQL.
There's a big signal, 1296. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening. Golf today. Did okay, 85. And it was a beautiful day over here. Mid-70s and just downright nice.
Yeah, we had something like that. I think we got to 80. I don't think it got much past 80. It might have not even made 80. They said it was going to be 80-something, but it didn't feel like it. But it was certainly pleasant in the mid-70s also, and about as perfect a day as you could ask for from my standpoint, temperature-wise. I worked in the yard and pulled weeds. Something new. I hardly ever do that.
I know, boy, oh boy. If those things had brains, they'd form an army and come after you.
Yeah. I guess you could say the same thing about the Democratic Party, huh?
Oh, yeah, no politics here.
Oh, come on.
You me going.
They're stumbling all over themselves here. All righty. I got a kick out of Jack Kennedy's, John Kennedy's comment about AOC. He said the reason they put instructions on shampoo bottles is for AOC.
Well, she's not my favorite either.
Yeah. Anyway, I cracked up when I heard that. Anyway, good evening to you and a booming signal. So I'm sure there's others over there, but I haven't heard anybody. So let's see, WB6JNN, KB6BA, WA6AXX, K6KLY, AB6SR, who we haven't heard for ages, KF6QCH, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6VVP, and I've missed about half of them, over.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything over here. You're plenty loud, so if anybody's on, they're going to hear you.
Well, they're not coming back.
Well, KM6SR.
WB6JNN.
Oh, there's JNN. Hang on a second, JNN. Go ahead, Rob.
Does Crawdaddy sound like the right name, Mike?
Could be, yes.
Yeah, I think they're down there, and they got a good selection of food there. I don't know if Tom's still listening there. KM6SR, back to net.
Yeah, Crawdaddies. It's Crawdaddies there, Tom, if you're listening. That's all right. All right, let me get it over to Jim, JNN, WB6JNN 285, and the group K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WB6JNN, and noting a little bit of standing wave on this band. I'll have to check into that. But anyway, nice day today. I had to take my car in for service and work out all the details on that so I could, take care of the wife and get myself back over there and all that. I just took Uber home. But anyway, never got to the lawn, but it was a nice day. The cats and the wife and I sat on the porch and watched the birds, so we had a fairly nice time. WB6JNN 285.
Yeah, well, we did the same thing. Judy and I took a ride with the ATV, a real leisurely ride around the property, and stopped a number of places and just meditated the quietness. The wildflowers are out. We found lupine. We found Fresno snow, of course. Some people call it popcorn flowers. But all kinds of beautiful stuff out there today, and lots of squirrels running around in the ground, birds flying through the air. But basically very, very quiet and peaceful. So what more could you ask? Nice blue sky mostly. Got a little hazy toward the end of the day. I don't know where that came from, but it might have taken the edge off the temperature. I don't think we quite made 80, but it was awful close. Anyway, good to hear you, Jim. And was there any telescope activity last night?
Well, I made an attempt, but the telescope motor was acting up, and I'm not sure why. So I'll give it a shot tonight if there's any kind of stars out there. And like you said, it was sort of hazing up this evening, so it might be too hazy out there tonight.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. Probably over the next 4 or 5 days, you'll get at least one good clear night here. And let's see, who else do we have in the Bay Area? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters, Bay Area.
November 5, November Papa Delta, 1129.
1129, good evening, Brett, good to hear you. N5NPD, K6MYC, and how are you doing?
Good evening, Mike, hanging in here. Got a new, screen door thing for my garage shack here, so I can hang out here and not get eaten up by mosquitoes and flies.
Yeah, know how that is. You got mosquitoes and flies. We got little tiny bugs that are in the grass here, in the weeds. That was weeding. I've got one spot on my property, and it's only about 6 feet wide and 3 feet deep. And it get in there, must be something with the grass. And a bunch of little tiny bugs that just come up and bite in droves and run into you and then get off of you. They don't climb on you. They don't stick on you. They're like little baby grasshoppers, but they're the size of a grain of rice or something, over.
Oh, yeah. We used to get those up the lake all the time when we would camp there. That's what they look like, little baby grasshoppers. I have no idea what they are. I would always figure they were grasshoppers, but, yeah, they come into your campsite there. Certain time of the year, must be now, and, yeah, they're just really, really nasty. So, no mosquitoes and flies yet, but they're going to come. So I got this... kind of looks like a garage door, but it's a screen door, and it has its own track, and it drops down here because all my stuff's out here in the garage. So, anyhow, I'm hoping for a better summer.
Oh, better than what happened last year?
Oh, mosquitoes forever. They come in here and they just tear me up. They love my ankles. They sit there, I guess because it's soft, thin skin or something. They come in here and they just tear up my ankles.
Well, load up on the vitamin B, all the B complex. They don't like the taste of that.
Yeah, they love me. Just the ankles. But not as bad as years before. But anyhow, yeah, they come in there and they take a little nibble.
Well, I'm serious. I mean, I don't get bit at all. mosquito lands on me, and he puts his little probe in there, and it lasts about a millisecond, and he pulls out, and he's gone. So I think you might find that you want to take some heavy B complex and start taking that right away, so it builds up in your body. In a month, you should have a good bad smell to you. Over.
And no itch after they come in?
No, they don't bite enough to even itch.
Oh, well, very good. Yep, I'll try that out here. Got my screen door, though. We'll try this out. It's nice. It wouldn't cheat, but it's nice.
Okay, screen door for external use and the vitamin B for internal use. Vitamin B complex, all of the Bs.
Yep, I got it. Yep, we'll do everything we can to keep them suckers away. So have a great evening. We'll catch you next time.
Okay. It also boosts your energy level, too. I think you'll find that to be interesting. All right. 7-3, Brett. Good evening. N5NPD still beaming toward the Bay Area, looking for other check-ins in the Bay Area. K6MYC, 2-meter Bozo Net.
WB6, W91090.
Okay, I got two of you. Gary, hang on a second. Who was the other one? JN or something?
GSM, Bozo Net 1192.
Oh, okay. B6, Juliet Sugar Mike. Okay, John. K6MYC 1192. We've got you. Go ahead.
Roger, yes. John from San Jose, Santa Clara. KAB6 GSM, Bozo Net 1192. Over.
Yeah, and we had intermittent copy on you. Was it last night on 1296, or was it Monday night on 6 meters? I can't remember. Which was it?
It might have been Monday night. Over.
What band?
Might have been on 6 meters, I believe.
Okay, Monday night. Yes, okay. Yeah, you were just, the band was doing funny things on your signal. You were fading in and out. And, but we heard you, and it just wasn't consistent. And sometimes when I point in your direction on 6 meters, I also hear my neighbor's solar inverter system. So mix that with a little noise and you, and I wasn't doing too good, but at least you had some RF going out. Anyway, good evening to you, John. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in here, as always. KB6, Juliet Sugar Mike, near the airport there in San Jose, K6MYC.
Yeah, Roger. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Okay, 7-3. Anybody else in the Bay Area before we give up on you guys? K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area, 2 meters.
Yeah, don't forget us chickens out here in the yard.
Oh, go ahead, WB6WNI. Sorry, Gary.
No problem, Mike. I really like your talk on vitamin B. Yes, I'm a big believer. I'm just curious, the station before John, where was he located? Because I could hear him. And then I noticed, right now in the Bay Area, or where I am, in Campbell, it's zero on the noise level. So, I mean, I said, no wonder I can hear all these people. There's no noise. So, I'm going to enjoy it while I can. Anyway, Mike, nothing more to report. We'll try for 4:32 tomorrow. Back to you.
Okay. Well, the station that I think you heard was Brett, November 5, NPD. Newman Police Department, N5 NPD. He's over near, oh, for heaven's sakes, I forgot the little town north of Los Banos there. Just a little bit east of the dam there, in between the San Joaquin Valley and Biore. Over.
Oh, righty. Well, I will look it up because I have forgotten myself, but I could hear him quite well. And then like I said, I noticed that...
It's Newman, Mike.
It's amazing.
What'd they say, Newsom?
Oh, zero. So, yes.
No, that's what you tease him with, but Newman's a town.
What a great evening. Anyway, Mike, I'll say 73. We just finished dinner, but I'm going to clean up the dishes. K6MYC, JB679, 73.
Well, Brett's in Newman, but I was just trying to think there's another town over there that's better known than Newman. Anyway, I can't remember the name of it. I've been there many times. It's just before you go over the hill in front of the dam at San Joaquin. Is that San Luis? What's the name of that reservoir over there, Rob?
San Luis Reservoir, and are you thinking of Los Banos?
No, the one that's just before you get there to the little bit north of Highway. What is it? 99? No, not 99. What runs over there?
152, I think. There's the place where the I can't think of the name there. The produce place is Gilroy.
No, that's on the other side of the hill. He's on this side of the hill just before you go over, and it's off of 152 north on the road that runs up that way, and a little bit west of the Highway 5.
Is it Los Banos?
Maybe that's Patterson. Is that the one where they've got the military graveyard?
No, it's not Patterson, and Los Banos it's near Los Banos, but it's not Los Banos. He's west of Los Banos up against the hills. Brett, are you still here?
You have the O'Neill Forebay, which is right there, and then the San Luis Reservoir.
What's the little town you're just north of?
The little town right there, that is, oh God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Hold on.
I used to have some friends that lived there, and I can't bring up the name of the town. That's stupid.
Santanella.
No, that's one of them, Santanella, but I don't think that's the one I was thinking of. But anyway, it's in that area. Anyway, Gary, WB6WNI, were you hearing him that time? Over?
Yes, I was. It was weekly, yes. Weak, but I still could hear him. So, Mike, go ahead with the net, and I will do a little research. Anyway, 73 again. K6MYC, WB679.
Okay, Brett, do you have a rotatable antenna? Brett, does your antenna rotate? I must be researching the name of the little town. That's really crazy. Santanella's right at the junction there. It's right at the, but that's not the town I'm thinking of. It's north of Santanella. Anyway, doesn't matter. 7-3, Gary, thanks for being there, and we'll see you tomorrow on 432, as you say. WB6WNI, K6MYC, Bozo Net, check-ins, Bay Area, please, over. Boy, we're running dry quickly here. Okay, well, Gary, we've got you. And I did talk to 177 today on 40 meters this morning, but he said he was going north and didn't think he'd be able to be checking in tonight. Let's just go a little bit further to the north here for a second. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. How about you, Mike?
Hey, Mike, is it Gustine?
Gustine, Gary.
Thank you. Yes, Gustine, WB679. Thanks, Mike, and whoever came up with the name.
That's Rob. Rob came up with it. I just could not bring it up. I have been there and had some friends that lived over there for a while. We used to go over there all the time. But I haven't been there since, I guess that was when I was going to college in Fresno State, so it might be a couple of years ago. Anyway, no worries. 730, K6MYC, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Mike, where are you? Must be having dinner. Okay, well, I'm going to go on up to Oakley then. Here we are toward Oakley, N6RO, K6MYC.
1.
Who is the 1?
YC, N6RO, Bozo 835. High temperature was 82. Had a very interesting day at the ophthalmologist at Kaiser. We discovered that my eyelid is not a routine fix. It's going to involve the skin grafts and all. There's more detail, but you don't want to hear it. I just walked in the shack. Good timing. I just finished up barramundi and asparagus. K6MYC and 6RO.
Now, what was the main course?
Barramundi, that South Pacific fish. That's my favorite. It's just great, and it's inexpensive.
Oh, very good. Haven't heard of that. Well, I've heard of it. I didn't even realize it was a fish. Anyway, thanks. And okay, on your temperatures, we were pushing toward 80 here, but otherwise similar. And
it's quite an adventure. I hadn't driven in the East Bay area, Union City and San Lorenzo and all that, in probably decades, ever since my band didn't get gigs down that way in the about a decade ago. So the traffic was incredible. It was stop and go everywhere. It took me an hour and a half to get 50 miles, and on the way home it took almost 2 hours. So unfortunately I'm stuck with going for surgery down there in that area instead of up in Walnut Creek, Martinez area. Anyway, I can handle it. And 6RO.
Yeah, as long as you know it might take that long. There was somebody that called in underneath you too. Hang on a second. Who was the other station that called in? And when I picked up Ken there, go ahead.
From the skin graft. And that may interfere with the schedule for the cataract surgery. So we'll just see how it goes. It turns out that the problem was a scar tissue from a Mohs procedure that removed a little spot of cancer right next to my inner part of my left eye. And that scar tissue doesn't react like skin, and it is unusual damage. It took the specialist doctor today to find that out. That was not even mentioned by the 2 previous doctors that looked at it. Anyway, I think we're going to be okay. And 6RO.
As long as you can open your eyes when you're done, you'll be fine. Hang on a second, Ken. There was somebody else that checked in at the same time you called in. Who was that, please?
And I don't know how much after.
Is there something wrong with my radio here?
Yeah.
Hang on a second, Ken. You keep doubling with me for some reason, Ken. Stand by a second, Ken. Who is the station that's trying to call in, please? Go ahead.
KB6RQU Bozo 61, checking in.
Oh, KB6RQU off the back of the bean, and we hear you, Rich. And thank you for being there. We're sorry that we've been missing you. We've been trying at the end of the net. We tried at the beginning of the net. We just didn't know what to do. We'll look for you also tomorrow on 432 if you'll be there. Right at the beginning of the net, somewhere around 7:30, you should hear us on 432 calling you, Rich. KB6RQU 61, K6MYC. He's not copying me, Rob. You might have to talk to him.
I was copying.
Yeah, I pointed down that way. How you doing, Rick? Old Bozo 61, KB6RQU. This KM6SR and the gang with 2 meters. Over.
KM6 KP6SRR. Good evening. Hello to all the gang there. Bozo 61 here, checking in.
Okay, Rick, thank you. Yeah, Mike was saying that we've been calling for you at the beginning and at the end. We haven't thought about coming in the middle there. And he'll look for you tomorrow night on 432 right in the beginning if you're going to be on there. Over.
Yeah, if I can remember.
Okay. Well, tie a little string on your finger, and then you try to figure out what that was for. Ha.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Very good. 73.
Tie your two middle toes together.
Hey, Rick, did you copy Mike? He said tie your two middle toes together.
WB6ISO checking in.
We got you, Dennis. Hang on one sec.
Hey, Rick, are you still there? KB6RQU, KM6SRR.
Okay, yeah, I'm still here. What's up?
Well, Mike was saying tie your two middle toes together, and that might help you out there. Anyway, thanks for being there. We really need somebody down there, and we'd like to hear you when you're on. Over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I'll keep trying every time I get on.
Got to get your 6 meters fixed, Rich. Rick, fix 6 meters. I don't know why he can't hear my 1500. That's weird. Tell him to fix 6 meters, Rob.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, Rick, Mike is saying fix your 6 meters there. We'd love to have you on that band, too.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Can't do it by myself.
Well, there's another guy over there used to check in for every once in a while, and he's kind of been gone for a while. He might be able to help you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still around. I haven't heard him for a long time.
Yep, we haven't heard him for a long time either. I don't know, Ben might be interested, but Ben's not in the best of health. He's got a lot of things going on, too.
Yeah, I got you there. Well, they said it works anyway.
Okay, well, we'll say 73 is Rick. Thanks for being there. KB6RQU, KM6SR, and the gang for 2 meter Bozo Net. Okay, Mike.
Okay. Sorry about that, Ken. I didn't realize that we had a checker in from the backside. You were hearing him, weren't you, Ken? 6RO, are you still there?
Yeah, I've been copying Rich about Q4, which is sort of unusual. I don't always hear it.
Well, he's in Lake Isabella, but he is running some power. He's got 500 or 600, 700 watts down there, and a big Yagi. I think he's got a 2M5WL or something down there, or an 18XXX. But he sounds like he's not hearing very well for some reason. He must have some noise there locally in Lake Isabella.
Now, what grid square is that?
Oh, he's in DMO5, just due east of Bakersfield, over.
Yeah, okay. I can get that far usually.
Yeah, well, he's important to have on here because it's the only guy that's active in DMO5 in contests, and he's not very even good at that, but better than nobody.
Yeah, isn't EI in 05?
Who?
K6EI.
I don't know. I don't know the call.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of HF.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people down there, but nobody gets on 2 meter sideband anymore. We used to have one guy that worked for the Voice of America over there west of Bakersfield, but I think he's passed away.
Hey, Mike, I think Ken was thinking about John K6MI instead of DI.
Hey, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, where's that Bozo 61 located?
He's in Lake Isabella, DMO5, Lake Isabella.
Lake Isabella? Well, that station is copying. This here WB6ISO Bozo 86, just north of Sacramento. You were 5.9 plus, very loud up this way, over. Yeah, I don't hear him now there, Mike, but yeah, anyway, he was coming in here very loud.
Well, he doesn't stay in the shack very long, and I don't think he's hearing very well. I think something's seriously wrong with the receive thing. I'm running way more power than he is. I'm hearing him just fine here, but he's not hearing me.
Oh, okay, very good. Hey, just a couple of check-ins while I got you there for the early check-ins, and I wanted to also say hello to Ken, if he's there, listening. Pleasant good evening to in 6RO down there. Yeah, go ahead and check in 160 and 336, and of course I'm 86, if you could do that for me.
Hi, Dennis.
Say again, please.
RO, howdy.
We got you.
Yeah, good evening. I just wanted to say good evening to you there, buddy.
Roger, same to you.
All right. Kelly, I'm thanking Mike for getting me the earlier check-ins, and 73, take care.
No 132 or 849 or anybody like that tonight?
No, that was about all I had up here tonight. Fairly short session tonight.
Okay. Very good. Well, let's see. I think I'll come your way anyway in just a second. Let me just see if there's anybody else. I did have a guy in Vacaville the other day that checked in right at the end of the net with a big signal on 6 meters. I think it was K6 Radio Echo, but I'm not sure. Anybody else in Vacaville or Oakley or any place, K6 MYC Bozo Net, 2 meters. Nope, not hearing anybody, so we're coming your way now, Dennis.
Okay.
How you doing, Dennis? WB6 ISO KM6SR. I'm already pointed your way.
By golly, there you are. Hey, by golly, pleasant good evening there, Mr. Ron. How you doing down there, buddy? Nice signal, 5.9 plus up here tonight.
Yep, you're coming in good and strong here. I didn't look at the S-meter quick enough, but this radio doesn't have a good one anyway.
Well, you're coming in here like you own the joint. Hey, maybe you do. I don't know. Is the weather starting to warm up for you down there a bit?
Yep, I don't know how much, but yeah, it is. And I just got a skin treatment, so I got to wear long sleeve stuff, so it's miserable.
Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, well, it's starting to warm up here and start getting toward the summer months. Very good. Well, sure nice hearing you. And you take care of yourself down there, buddy.
Okay, Dennis. I think Mike's probably pointing your way now. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was close enough that it didn't make any difference. In fact, it was better copy when I was not pointed at you, Dennis.
Well, you're 5.9 plus up this way this evening, Mike, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Hope everything's doing fine for you.
Yeah, we had a wonderful, nice, peaceful day here. Wonderful, wonderful. Temperatures are pushing toward 80. Should have been over 80, but it got overcast, a little bit hazy at the end of the day, and it didn't build up as much as we expected at the end of the day. Anyway, good evening. There's several others there that probably are in there too. KB6 with KJ6 whiskey, no, KJ6 KFB or KO6KD. Are you guys there?
756. Yeah, I'm here. Good evening, Dennis. KO6KD 776.
Good evening, Mr. Bill. Good evening, Mr. Darren.
Okay, I got both you, Darren, and Bill, KO6KD, and KJ6KFB. We got you all, both a good copy here. And did any parts come in, or you've got the parts for the 220 thing yet there, Darren, over?
Well, we found a few more failures, so what can I say? More parts are on the order, probably a few weeks out. I'm at least optimistic in that regard. KFB.
What are you finding? What's broken now? Well, it's not much more in there but a mixer and a power amp, is there?
Well, there's a couple of amps in there, but no, I blew the mixer out and the potentiometer just before it.
Potentiometer for what?
The drive level.
Well, you must have some kind of a weird short on that board. You can't do any of that with anything you could do keying-wise or RF-wise.
Yeah, hard to say what happened there, but that's what we found, so that's what's getting replaced.
Okay, I thought you said you had the parts coming. Mixer, you said you had coming, and the pot must be something that can't be unusual. You could probably get that 20 places anyway, over.
Oh, yeah, they're just on the way. You know how the mail gets. And then I got to get some time again to get wrapped into it and swap them out. Anyway, we'll get there. Slow but sure. KJ6, KFD.
Okay, very good. Well, the sooner the better. We need more check-ins. I only had 14 or 15 check-ins these days on 222. We're really short. So I'm looking to get everybody back and functional again. Thank you, Darren. Over to you, Bill, KO6KD, K6MYC. I'll come up a little bit more on you.
Yeah, well, that stuff's awful tiny. I was looking at mine earlier today. That stuff is awful tiny, so I don't know how he's going to get it replaced. But anyway, whenever they get it figured out, they're only $100 to get another one, so by the time you get through dicking around with it like this, I'd have just got out and bought another one.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I didn't follow that at all. Anytime it's going to be replaced, you got to get another one? What was that all about?
Don't worry about it.
I didn't follow you. What were you referring to? Darren's thing?
Yeah, I was referring to Darren's stuff. The parts, you're talking like these parts, the potentiometer and the mixer, it's like, oh, they're just real easy to read. No, they're tiny. They're so darn tiny, you almost have to have a large magnifying glass to even see the things.
226 is back.
It's going to be real tough to work on, and by the time you get through, messing around with all this stuff, I'd say that the stuff, just go out and buy another one. There's another guy who's got something very similar on eBay, and just simply buy another one and be more careful next time.
I don't know what he doesn't have any idea what he did to blow it up the first time. That's the weird part. Why would you blow up a mixer and a pot on a you didn't hear the first part of this, Ken. Ken's back here, WA6OIB, but we're talking to Darren, and he's found this mixer and that 222 transverters blown and a pot that runs the power level up and down or something. Why would those blow?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Very strange.
Actually, it makes perfect sense because it's on the input. It's where you got the 10 megahertz input, the 10 meter input comes in wiring in at 100 watts, and it blows the potentiometer that limits the amount of the 10 meter signal going into the mixer. So yeah, it makes perfect sense you'd blow those things up.
Well, if you had the attenuation board in there, that's probably what he's trying to do, run the thing without the attenuation board. That's an option, but it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's required.
There's a whole line of those resistors that are all bubbled up and everything as well. So, it's anyway, whatever. It is what it is. They'll eventually, get it fixed. And in the meantime, I'll do my best to check in when I can.
Okay, very good, Ken. I think you doubled with Ken a little bit there. Hey, Ken said, does Darren have the attenuation board in the unit he has there? It's an input attenuator. Should never get anywhere near 100 watts. You shouldn't get much more than 5 or 10 in there. I'm sure that's all you need, isn't it, Ken?
Oh, you just need milliwatts.
Milliwatts is all you need, so everything should be turned almost all the way off on the drive level, Bill. So if that's he was running 100 watts and it only blew everything up, might as well buy a new one.
Well, it's designed not to accept more than 15 watts maximum input, and when you go up by a factor of about 8 to 9 dBs over that, then things are going to go out, and that's why the attenuator board, whole strip line of those resistors have been blown up, and it's just on and on and on. It just overpowered it, and did it too much for too long.
Okay. Anyway, he's still waiting for parts to come, Ken.
Yeah, okay. Is anybody getting anything out of Ukraine these days at all? I don't think anything's coming out of there now, is it?
Yeah, the same guy that was building these is not doing it, but there's another guy out of the Ukraine, and he has a series of transverters which are very, in fact, well, the boards look identical. So there's something going on. The stuff's still coming out.
Oh, good. Okay, well, that's good. Good to hear that.
Yeah, in fact, the new product the guy has out now, you can either use a 15 or 10 meter input, and you can use a 10 megahertz GPS signal to coordinate with it to keep it calibrated so that it doesn't drift.
Yeah, well, they've needed that for a long time. That's good.
Yeah, so anyway, but I'd like to get my attenuator board out of mine and put it back to the low drive so I could work it off of the transverter port on the radio. I'd like to do that and just, but that's gonna. My vision is to where it is. I'm not able to see what I got to get in there to do. It should be easy to take that board out and bypass it, but well, anyway, I'll probably just mess it up, so I'll just leave it alone. But anyway, Mike, you got me checked in. I don't want to keep you from moving on up to Nevada, and getting the guys up north. So nice to hear you, Ken. 7-3, everybody, KO 680.
You get that, Ken?
No, he's dropped out on me. He started to warble real bad, and then he just faded away.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I got a copy on you, Bill, but I didn't realize that he would faded out for Ken. It's unusual. Anyway, he was saying that he'd like to get his attenuator board out of his unit, and he wants to go to the drive port that his 776 or 7700 has, which is milliwatts, and then he doesn't need the drive board at all. But he didn't think he can do that by himself, I guess. Is that what your problem is? You can't solder anymore, Bill?
I can't see what I'm supposed to do, and yeah, I'd like to have this. Is on the transverter's on the 7610, and the way that it works there, it would free up the other antenna port, so that way I'm not actually taking up an entire antenna port just for a transverter, and so that way then I'd rather do that, and that way I have both HF antenna ports freed up, and it brings back the flexibility of the 7610.
Well, that wouldn't be that hard to do. Is it you don't know how to do it, or you can't solder it anymore?
Yeah, I'll just get in there with a pair of dikes. That'll take care of it.
Oh, okay. Then give that board to Darren. Sounds like he needs it.
He needs a lot.
He what?
He needs a lot of stuff, yeah. But it'll eventually. I'll figure out what I'm going to do eventually. But anyway, that's where we stand at this point. And so hopefully tomorrow will be better. I could not hear anybody on 40 this morning. That sure stunk. So hopefully it'll be better tomorrow.
Well, you were hearing me okay, weren't you?
Not until I cleared off, and then I was finally able to hear you. Prior to that, no, I did not hear you or Frank or Phil or Mark. I could hear Mark a little bit. The only guy I heard out there at any point with any reliability and readability was Bob.
I had big copy on you. You were 5 and 7, 5 and 8. Big copy with your amp on. You were running full power. You were loud, over.
Well, that was the only time I understood that was when I was clearing off. But I don't think you heard me at all before that.
No, I heard every single transmission except when I doubled with you.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I didn't hear you, so, in order for the two-way to work, I got to hear you at the same time. So, I don't know. My point was, I hope it works better in the morning.
Okay, well, hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. But we might have the same conditions tomorrow, but it should be cleared up by Friday. Anyway, we'll see you either tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening on 432 or both, over.
Yep, sounds good.
7-3 now. KR6MR, John, are you there?
Roger, Roger, Roger. This is KR6MR, Bozo 759. Good evening, Mike, and good evening, Ken. Go ahead.
Yeah, good signal. Sorry to keep you waiting with the 222 transverter issues. Took longer than it should have there. Anyway, very good to hear you, and not too bad on 1296 last night, although the signals were right on the edge, and then they'd come up loud for 3 or 4 seconds and then go back down to marginal. But I could always tell you were in there, over.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the standard for me on 1296, over.
I think it's the time of day. It seems like it goes along with the same kind of conditions we get here. It gets worse and worse as the evening goes on. If we worked you earlier, I don't think it would be a problem.
Yeah, entirely possible. And I think today's high was 75, and it was a nice day.
Maybe what we ought to do on the contest coming up this summer in June is start off with 1296 and see what we get, and then go to 222 and so on, over.
Yeah, that's a thought.
Yeah, I think we'll try that.
Okay, Mike. Well, we'll continue working every week until then.
Alrighty. Thank you, John. 73. Is there anybody else before I go toward Reading? Go ahead.
Just want to say hi to John there, KR6MR, WA60IB. Good to hear you, John.
Yeah, WA60IB. Very good signal tonight, Ken.
Same with you. You betcha. All right. Have a good rest of the week.
Thank you much, KR6MR. Back to net.
Golf Yankee, Bozo 884, WB6GGY.
And maybe it'll be better for you on 40 again this tomorrow morning, Phil. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was kind of a washout this morning, that's for sure. Okay, Mike, you and Judy have a fantastic evening, and we'll be on the side here. All the very best, my friend.
Yeah, do you have a big smile on your face after the news of today?
Hello, Phil.
Better believe it. I certainly do. I was grinning from ear to ear, and I'll tell you about it in the morning, but it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Sooner or later, the other side's going to start to believe him that he does kind of know what he's doing. They all say, no, he's a complete klutz. He has no idea in business what he's doing. Can you believe idiots that say that?
Yeah, he certainly showed them up this afternoon. That was fantastic.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll talk more about it in the morning. Thanks, Phil. And I just can't get the grin off my face. Neither can Judy.
It was fantastic. Absolutely great. 7-3, my friends.
I bet your Delta stock jumped up, too. You made a couple of bucks, didn't you?
Oh, you bet. Delta went up, and my son, he bought some Delta here the other day. Of course, he works for Delta, and I was bragging it up to him, and he went down, and hours before it took a flip, he bought quite a bit of Delta stock.
You're both going to retire now, are you?
Hey, I might buy another transverter. What the heck?
There you go. You need to get on 220 here.
There you go. Okay, my friend. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Phil. Ken wanted to say hi to you, but I doubled with him. Go ahead, Ken. Where Ken went. Whiskey Lima. What was it?
Kilo Delta 6 Whiskey Victor Lima 1179.
Oh, hi, John. KD6WDVL. I'm past you, but we hear you. You're not as strong as normal. Go ahead.
Okay, you sounded good. Yeah, I was kind of waiting there to see how it was going to work out. Thanks for the check-in, Mike. Have a good evening.
I got it, John. Thank you. 7-3. Maybe we'll see you on 432 tomorrow. KD6WVL, Modesto, K6MYC. All right, let's see. Reading. KD6SW. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. KD6 Sugar Whiskey. KD6SW or KO6HS, K6MYC Bozo Net, calling and listening.
Okay, good evening. This is KD6SW. KD6, so what? Number 145 in Reading. Good evening.
Somewhere over the rainbow, somewhere. SW, KD6 somewhere, K6MYC. Very good. Good evening. Nice signal. And let's see if Jerry's in there. Jerry, any copy? K6MYC, over.
KO6HS 230. Yep, we're in here and hopefully making it almost as well as Rich. Over.
Yeah, good. 230, no problem. And good signal. It's nice to see this condition back. We waited all winter for this. We had no end of grief with you guys over the winter time, and I don't know whether that was a fluke or what, but you're certainly doing fine now, right down the valley like a ton of bricks. And good evening, Jerry. And we had another nice day here. Temperatures pushing toward 80. How did you guys do?
Well, we measured about 77 here, about 77, so it was a nice day, warm day, sunny, and so hoping it's the beginning here. And I had a little bit of an allergy issue, but that's going to pass hopefully very soon, as it does every year. So other than that, pretty good day, over.
Yeah, it's allergy season. Yeah, it certainly is. Although I think I've gotten allergies to the point where I have them so much I don't even know I got them anymore because I don't catch it. I just have it 24/7. Not really. It hasn't been bad this year, even though we did have a lot of pollen and stuff from the pine trees and the oak trees. Everything's in bloom here. The oak trees are blooming and the pine trees are blooming, and my avocado tree is blooming. I hope I get an avocado or two this year. Back up to you, Rich, and good to hear you very, very faintly, but we got you almost Q5 on your CW on the 6-meter check-in. KD6 Sugar Whiskey with KO6HS, K6MYC.
Okay, Mikey, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get through to you there on 6. It was kind of sketchy, but I gave it a shot anyway. I'm surprised that you copied it. Okay. All right, so there's this nice day up here in Gotham City. It's not 70, it's still maybe. Good day to go outside and get around a little bit, enjoy some of the outdoor stuff, which I haven't been able to do through the winter time. Lots of gold dust floating around here, which, and I don't mean the good kind, it's the stuff off the pine trees and the oak trees, so got plenty of that stuff. All right, that's about it from here, and we look for you on Sunday. KD6SW, KD6 sopping wet.
Yeah, well, hopefully you get a little rain. I guess you're supposed to get some more rain, and you might be sopping wet. We don't have any rain in the forecast here for 10 or 12 days, which is kind of a disappointment because we're already dried out from the last rain, and it means that one of my ponds still has water in it, but it's very, very algae covered. The other one is empty and pretty dry, a little muddy in the bottom maybe, but I don't think we're going to be able to get any water at this time of the year. It's getting pretty late. It will take one big storm, but there's nothing in the horizon to show that's going to happen. So I think we're pretty much done for the year, but we sure got wildflowers. 7-3s, we'll see you Sunday. KD6SW, KO6HS, K6MYC.
All right, good evening, Mike.
7-3, Rich. 7-3, Jerry. 7-3. Okay, anybody else before I go to Nevada? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Nothing heard. Okay, here we up toward Nevada. How about N7 Whiskey Tango? N7WT, are you there, Larry? I don't hear Larry. Larry usually lets me know ahead of time, so I don't think he's going to be there tonight. KE7UQL, how about you, Daniel? Kilo Echo 7, Uniform, Quebec, London, K6MYC, Bozo Net, over. I can't believe they got wind up there. How How about K7SUN? Are you up there tonight, Stan and Fallon?
272.
Oh, there's 272. Okay. Hi, Daniel. Did I catch you off in the kitchen or something?
I was on the floor napping over.
On the floor napping. Okay. Was the kitty laying next to you or the dog?
Oh no, just me and the floor and a pillow.
Just you and the floor. Okay. Well, good. A good strong signal here. I haven't heard anything from Larry, and I haven't heard anything from Stan. And if you want, why don't you give N7 Victor Alpha Zulu a call? We've got nice propagation. Maybe we'll hear him tonight. So give N7 VAZ a call, would you, Daniel? Over.
Okay, will do. November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu, KD7UQL. Are you there, Eric?
This is November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu, Bozo 1193.
Okay, 11-something-3. Give me the Bozo. He's got flutter on him, Daniel. I need his Bozo number again. Okay, is it 1193? Okay, 1193. You're up and down and in and out, but great to hear you, Eric. Thanks very much for being there tonight. Pleasure to hear you. You might tell Daniel what you're using for power and antennas and how high the antenna is and is it horizontally polarized. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC. Go ahead, Eric.
We got 35 watts, over.
35 watts, and what's the antenna and how high?
There are 5 elements at 17 feet, over.
Oh, okay, very good. Does he have any blockage, or has he got a pretty clear shot over this way, over? Okay, yeah, you might turn the audio down a little bit. You got the audio up pretty high. I think I'd actually copy you better if I didn't hear all the background noise there. So, but I copied you better that time. I moved the antenna a little bit more in your direction there, Eric. And find on the 5 elements and try to get it up a little bit higher. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of times it depends on the QTH whether higher will help, but usually higher doesn't hurt you. It's always better higher. I'm at 105 feet here with this one. This is 19 elements on a 40-foot boom at 105 feet, and I'm running 1,500 watts into it, Eric. So that's the rundown here. I'm in Delta Mike 07, and I think you're up there in Delta Mike 08 or 09. Which is it?
I'm in Delta Mike 09er. Delta Mike 09er. Is this better on the microphone? Over.
Yeah, it's a little better. I can still sound like it's turned up too high, but don't worry about it. I'm copying you, and it may be that any lower, and I wouldn't hear it. So leave it like that. Maybe you and Daniel can adjust it a little bit so it sounds good to him. If he's happy with it, I'm sure it'll work for me. Thank you, Eric, and what a pleasure to have you in here. Let me just see if anybody else down here is hearing you. Stand by a second, Eric. This is the best I've heard you, so we've got pretty good conditions here. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, Reno K6MYC. Anybody else copying, Eric? Pretty much all quiet, so it'll make a big difference maybe when you get the antenna higher, Eric. And maybe quadruple the length of it. Make it something in the neighborhood of 30 to 40 foot boom length, and then you'll get down here with your 25 watts. 7-3, and we'll look for you again on Sunday night, hopefully Sunday night. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu and the group K6MYC. 7-3, Eric.
7-3, thanks so much.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, okay. He didn't do too badly. He's quite a bit farther north than Richard over.
Yeah, and I have to go a little bit more to the north for him. I get away from you a little bit. You're a little bit east of north, and I went just about due north for him, and he seemed to be pretty good. He's Q5, but doesn't seem to have any variation to the signal. He's very steady. No flutter, no distortion. It's just weak, over.
Okay, well, we'll work on it. We'll see if we can get him pieced out over there in the Truckee Meadows, over.
Okay, what's the name of the town he's in?
Well, he's in Reno proper, I believe, over.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I said Reno, and he didn't argue with me. Very good. I moved the antenna back on you, and it brought you up a little bit. So, yeah, I have to turn a little bit different for him. I can hear him when he comes in if I'm pointed at you, but I get better copy if I go a little bit more to the northeast, northwest, if you will, or west of due north here. Thank you, Daniel. Good to hear you. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday night. Maybe you'll have good weather, and you can get the 220, 432, and 1296 back up and running, over.
Yes, Roger. Sorry about Monday. The wind came up, and I just couldn't play in the breeze, over.
I figured that's what happened. I told everybody you must add wind because you had promised to try to get 220 going. No problem. We had 15 check-ins, but we need more. We need Larry and you, and then it'll get us closer to 20. When we get everybody back in here without the broken equipment, we'll have almost 20 again on 220, over.
Okay, Roger, will do. Okay, Mike, we'll catch you a bit later. KE7UQL 73.
Okay, Ken, are you here? Okay, I don't know where Ken went. Maybe he went in to eat. How about you, Rob? Any copy on Rob? On Daniel, I mean?
Yeah, he's kind of coming up and down, but last time I heard him okay. How you doing, Daniel? KE7UQL. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, over.
Yes, Rob, you're sounding good. I've just got a 5.9 copy on you, over.
Okay, yeah, thanks for the 5.9. My meter's not showing anything, but I'm hearing you, over.
Okay, Roger. We'll catch you another time. KE7UQL.
7-3, Daniel. Catch you Sunday night.
Okay, Mike. Good night. 7-3.
Night now. And I don't hear Stan. KE7SUN, Stan.
Well, we'll give it a try. K7SUN, Bozo number 442. I'll give it a try here, Mike.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're okay. I just didn't have the antenna quite close to you there. This should be a little bit better. K7SUN 442. I'm very pleased to hear you coming in 2 times in a row here. Knocked me off my chair here, over.
Yeah, you're coming up a little bit there. So, yeah, the band's not as good tonight as it was the other night. But, yeah, you were a solid S9 the whole time the other night. But, yeah, not as good tonight. So, hopefully you copy me okay, over.
Oh, yeah. We got no problem. Your armchair copy here. It's a little fluttery, a little wavery, but very, very good copy. And always good to hear you in there. Gee, I'm surprised. If we get everybody in here, we'll have 5 people checking in from that area. Were you able to copy N7 Victor Alpha Zulu up there in Reno, over?
Well, that would be exactly 90 degrees to my antenna, and I didn't turn it to give it a try.
Okay, well, he's just getting started with us. He's Bozo number 1193, so he's just one short of the high number. Anyway, it's great to have him in here, and little by little, hopefully you guys can help him and motivate him to get a little bit more antenna, a little more power in there. He needs to find a brick so he can get up around 150, 160 watts. That would help him a ton. And then I don't know what he has. It may be a little 5-element Cushcraft. If it's a Cushcraft, they weren't all that red hot for gain. Maybe he can find something a little bigger, maybe a 2M9 from M squared or something like that would make a big difference. Anyway, and he's going to try and get it a little bit higher, too. He's only at 17 feet right now, Stan. Anyway, great to hear you. Let's see. Rob, do you want to say hello to Stan? Go ahead.
You betcha. How you doing, Stan? I'm getting you about an S3, so you're louder than Daniel was there, KM6SRR.
Roger, Rob. I have a good copy on you also, so you're not quite as strong as Mike tonight, but armchair copy, over.
Roger that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, nobody's as strong as Mike, haha.
Yeah, so anyway, the armchair copy, just not quite as strong tonight. You know, sometimes you're actually stronger, so it's just the conditions. You never know what you're going to get till you turn the radio on.
Yep, you never know. You're starting to fade out a little bit on me, so just propagation there. Thanks for being there, KM6SRR.
Okay, Rob, sounds good. Have a good evening, K7SUN.
Okay, and maybe you can remember to get in here on Sunday night also. Sunday night's a big night, but we usually have a few people missing because of commitments, family commitments and stuff. So Wednesday night's the big night. We always get a few more people and checking in. Good to hear you. Thanks, and we'll see you when we see you. K7SUN, Fallon, Nevada, K6MYC. Good evening.
Good evening, Mike. Have a great evening. What's left here? Catch you hopefully next Sunday, K7SUN, clear.
Thank you. And Daniel, good evening to you. Take one more listen for Larry, but I think he would have checked in by now if he was there. N7WT, K6MYC. No, Larry. I could call KB6 or KD6BQ, but I think it would be a miracle if I could hear him skipping in from South America. What do you think? 73, Daniel.
Okay, we'll get you another night. 73.
Yeah, 73. I was probably past you there a little bit. But I got copy. 73, K6MYC going. I guess we'll go back to the Bay Area, Rob, because we only got 4 check-ins in the Bay Area there.
Okay, sounds good. 73, Daniel, KE7UQL, KM6SRR.
Good night, Rob. KE7UQL, 73.
Okay, this is sort of toward the North Bay. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, or anybody for late checks that are missed in the Bay Area. Bay Area 2-meter Bozo Net. Late checks are missed. K6MYC calling and listening.
K6MYC, KB6WFC. Good evening.
When did I know you were going to be there?
You know, it's always, late or never.
Well, it's good to hear you, and very, very loud tonight. You're just booming in here. How was the weather, and did you get rid of your fog yet?
Oh, yeah, we got clear skies, and I think it probably got up to the 60s this afternoon, but, it cools down still into the 50s, but I think it's going to be like this the rest of the week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're pushing around 80, so I would rather be here than where you are, although that's wonderful country over there. Nice to be near the ocean. Anyway, great to hear you. Booming signal, and maybe we'll get a few more late checks out of the Bay Area here, Mike. We'll see you tomorrow night on 432. Hopefully the conditions are going to be like this. This is romping and stomping. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775 K6MYC.
Roger. Yeah, I could get used to these kind of conditions. I hope it lasts through tomorrow as well. All right, have a good evening. 73, thank you. K6MYC, KB6WFC.
Yeah, you're sitting right in the chair opposite me here. It's so loud. It's wonderful. Thank you, Mike. Now, anybody else in the Bay Area? Let me move the antenna a little bit more to the south, or to the west, I should say. There's a few more degrees that might be helping me in the other areas there. We haven't heard Jimmy for a long time, KF6QCH. I don't know what happened to Jimmy. He hasn't checked in here for ages, and he was quite consistent. He wasn't never very loud, but he was consistent. Maybe he moved again. K6 Victor Papa is inconsistent, but gets in here from time to time. How about you, Vlad? AB6SR. WA6AXX, K6KLY, KB6BA. Okay, I guess we were lucky to get just one, Rob.
Yep, you want to see if Eddie's down there?
Absolutely. Bay Area, last call, 8 checks are missed. K6MYC, Bay Area, 2-meter Bozo Net, over. How about AF6 United, AF6U, how about you, Lee? How about W6JKM? No Gilroy either. Okay. Going down to the South Valley again. Here we go.
KE6BK, Eddie on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net. KE6BK, this is KM6SR with K6MYC. Standing by. KE6BK, Eddie. Nothing, Mike. How about, is it Ian down in Visalia?
Yeah, I think that's W6LAD or IAD. No, LAD, I think. Then we got W6PYP, Greg.
Yeah, he usually checks in the last few minutes of the net.
Well, it doesn't look like we're squeezing anybody out. KE6BK and or anybody in Visalia, K6MYC Bozo Net. Calling last call and standing by. I did not hear John, K6MI tonight. Anybody hear John?
Yeah, John was also not on 10 meters, so I don't think he's around tonight.
Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't miss him. Sometimes his check-ins are short.
I think he said he had a couple of practices and then some concerts on, Friday night, Saturday night, and something on Sunday, I think, over.
Okay. Well, Rob, good evening, and Aaron, good night to you. You're quiet over there tonight. No real voices going on, and I guess Frank is busy working DX.
Yeah, I was packing for Saturday because we're going to be setting up a portable station out at Fresno State, trying to do some outreach with the Ham Club. So I was getting stuff ready because I'll be at the board meeting tomorrow night, and Friday night I wanted to be able to just load up the car. So I've been kind of running in and out of the shack tonight, piling up things on the dining room table. So for Saturday, I think I got most of what I need.
Well, good for you. More power to you. Boy, that's a good effort. Thanks for trying to stir up activity.
Yeah, we're going to go set up for Vintage Days, and the Astronomy Club has been doing it for years. They go set up in front of the planetarium and do solar observing, and I'm also a member of the Astronomy Club, so we're also going to go set up with radios, and we'll have the portable hex beam set up, and we're hoping to get people going, what the hell is that, and then come over and ask us what it is.
Well, tell them it's the latest telescope for the new planet that's up there.
Well, or we'll tell it it's for, reprogramming liberal minds. I don't think that would go over very well on a university campus right now.
They're having some serious trouble. They got one or two professors there that have got their head rammed.
Oh, they're all over the place. Yeah, I think every day we're hearing about a new university that the Trump admin is holding money back from because they're doing something stupid.
Yeah, I heard today that Cornell University has a little fund of $91 billion in their reserve fund. It's the what do they call that? Whether people that have gone there have benefactors and stuff, they'd make that fund, and we're wondering why we have to give them money. And one guy said, well, sometimes it's for a scientific project, which does have maybe interest to the government, so it might help us. But it's still a stretch, isn't it?
The word you're looking for is endowment.
Endowments, that's it.
Yeah, it's crazy how much money these universities are sitting on. It's incredible. You go look at some of these Ivy League universities that have been around for 100 years, and they're just sitting on tons of money.
Well, they get the people that graduate and become millionaires and donate $1 million here and $1 million there, and pretty soon it adds up to a couple of pennies, a couple of bucks.
And if they played their cards right, they wouldn't have to charge for tuition, but we all know that's never going to happen.
What a laugh. 90 billion is 9,000 million.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, once you get into those numbers, it just you can't wrap your brain around it.
Now, when you say 9,000 million, how many million do you need, for God's sake?
Well, and you know what's mostly invested, and they're getting, dividends and, all kinds of stuff back with it. They're making money off that money.
No kidding, really? Those dirty red beasters. Okay, enough of that. I'm still smiling. Did you hear my comments to Phil over there? Phil watches the news pretty close, and we got a big smile on our face by the end of today with the stock market going through the roof.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a Republican, but of course he voted for Joe Biden, so he's kind of on the edge, and he hates all these tariffs and everything. And I told him a couple days ago, I'm like, dude, this is going to be over in a month, and today happened. I was like, you know what? This isn't going to go on forever, dude. People are going to bend over backwards.
The only reason you lose any money is if you sell when it's down. That's not what you do. You buy low and sell high.
Or just stay in the market. That's what I did. It'll come back.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Good night, Aaron. Pleasure as always, and have fun through the weekend. I'll talk to you tomorrow night probably on this band, but you'll probably be busy with other stuff maybe. Are you going to be here tomorrow night?
Well, I'll be at Marcus's house for the board meeting, so I'll be running the stream remotely, and then we'll probably check in from Marcus's place.
Okay. Very good. 73 anyway. Best to Marcus and you, and 73 to you, Rob. We'll see you tomorrow night. KM6SRR, K6USY. Anybody else that's still listening, K6MYC.
680 sandbagging.
680. Sorry I didn't get back to you, Mark. But did you enjoy this evening?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I don't know if you got back to me. I had, I think when I checked in, there was about 7 or 8 minutes, and I went over to the 10-meter net. I was actually hosting the 10-meter net tonight. So, yeah, good day, good evening.
Okay. Good deal. Well, I'm kind of tired. I did have a quickie snack before dinner, but I really didn't have dinner. So I think I should go ahead and do that. The boys got home, but they got home a little late to cook our traditional family dinner with my grandson and my son. Judy stayed in tonight. I told her to stay in and keep the boys company, keep them out of trouble there. So I'm out here by myself. I'm anxious to get in the house and maybe figure out what they were having for dessert. Over.
There you go. Yeah, I hate to talk politics, but who it was Musk and I forget the other guy, and the comment from Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary. I love her. She said, "Well, they had a little tip. One was like this. Well, I think Musk said the guy was like dumber than a bag of bricks or something like that." And she goes, "Well, they have different opinions, and boys will be boys." That was pretty good.
Yeah, she's a character. She got on her today, and they were making. There was some couple of people that were sending emails to her from, I think it was the New York Times and another newspaper, maybe the Washington Post. Anyway, they were using their pronoun names, whatever, their transsexual names. And she said, "You got to stop doing that. We're not into that, and we're not going to recognize you. If you're dumb enough to get pissy about your pronoun and how we call you, then you don't have enough brains to do good reporting, and you can just stay home. Thank you."
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I agree. The org that I have worked for 21 years, and I'll be retiring from here in a few months, God willing. It's the same thing. Yeah, they're all woke, and it's California, and even if they're not, they're semi-normal folks. Yeah, they bought into the pronoun thing, and they got it in all their sig lines, and yeah, it's silly. Anyhow, man, I hate politics. All right, have a great evening, Mike. K6MYC. Have a great evening to you and Judy and K6MTS.
You might not have heard this one. This was a little heard one. The board of directors of the city of San Francisco, they finally rescinded a bill or a project that they had, which paid, let's see, I think it was 380 different transsexuals they could apply for and get somewhere around $3,000 a month in just payments. They were just paying them for some reason, because they were. And somebody finally said, that's pretty dumb, and you can't get away with that, because that's really what would you call, not fair to the other folks in the human race here. So they finally rescinded the order, but they were spending an inordinate amount of money paying for transsexuals there in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco area. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, I heard something about that. I think you, me, Aaron, and a few other folks here in the formerly great state of California are hoping that a lot of stuff that's going on at the federal level will rub off a bit here in our state. And who do we got? The guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he's Riverside County Sheriff. I guess he's one guy I'll be running, but it's a super majority. When Arnold ran, he was a rhino anyway, but you got to have the legislature also. You can't just have that one position. So, man, I've been tempted to move out of the state for so many years now, but I'm hoping by the time before I croak off, Mike, that maybe the pendulum will swing the other way a little bit.
Wouldn't break my heart. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, we had some thought that passed through, but it went away. What the heck was I going to say?
I'm with you on that, Mark. It'd be nice to swing the other way. Although I think a few people are starting to recognize it here when they see what Trump's been successful doing.
Well, I know what I was going to say. The last election in California was 11 million people voted, and 1.1 million of them have questionable identification. It doesn't mean that all of those 1.1 million are not right, but most of them are not valid. They have Social Security numbers that have asterisks for their name, or they were born in 1871, and all that kind of stuff. And there was 1.1 million, at least, that were fraudulent. Over.
Yeah, K6MTS, by the way. Yeah, Trump's talking about another term. He's already won one. He has already won 3 terms, correct?
No, this is his second term. He just jokes about that. I don't think he wants to run for another term, and then unless everything goes completely south on him, and he's so determined to get this country back in line that he might push it just to get it done. But I think the easier way to do it is let Vance become the president, and he can become the advisor, and it still keeps going.
Agree. Yeah, I was kind of half tongue-in-cheek about but all the stuff that's come out now about the 2020 thing, right? And the censorship and the laptop story, all that stuff. I mean, that swayed the election, dang it.
Oh, way bad. Yeah. And then, of course, Biden in there and all the cover-up where the book, there's a book out now, and I was hearing the author that he was talking to one of their Biden's right-hand man, and I mean, they knew right off the bat that Biden wasn't there. Most of the time, he didn't know where he was or what he was talking about. When they tried to get him to get tuned up for the debates, he couldn't concentrate or stay awake for more than a half an hour. It was hopeless. He was just pathetic. And, you know, it's sad to see so many people pushed him into the position he was in, convinced him that he wanted to run. His wife, I think, was the big one in that one. There's a bombshell ready to break on what she was doing in the White House to maintain power. So that's, I heard a little bit about that one tonight, too. But, God, what a mess. What a bunch of hamburger people.
Yeah, and it's until, again, I really don't like talking. Well, this is 2 meter sideband. How many people listen to this? I hate talking politics on the radio, but you got me rolling now. So, what percent of public broadcasting and NPR are not Democrat? 0, right? What percent of the mainstream media are not Democrat? I think it's about 6 or 7%. 6%, I think, is the last one I saw. So until that changes, it's just, stuff's going to go on, and it's not going to get reported accurately, and that's just, until we can change that. Do you remember, excuse me, Mike and Rob, do you guys remember, well, you know Jay Leno. You don't know what his political affiliation is for the most part. Do you remember Tim Russert on Meet the Press? Tim Russert, you didn't know who he did debates and stuff, but you didn't know what his political persuasions were, and he kept it out of it, and that's the way it should be. But those days are long gone, and we need some of those days back. Over.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I like Tim Russert. Speaking of people I don't like, he used to be in the Bay Area. What the heck's his name now? He got all cranked up about something. He was so wrong today. Something about Trump and his tariffs, and he didn't know the first foggy thing about what he was. Bill Christie, not Christie. You know who I'm talking about?
Schiff.
Who?
Schiff.
Oh, not Adam Schiff. It was. I've lost it now.
Anyway, hopefully stuff will change, man. Hopefully stuff will change before I'm out here, and hopefully before you're out of here, man. You're an old guy. You're getting up there, Mike.
Yeah, I think I'm talking about Chris Matthews. Chris Matthews, over.
Oh, come on. That guy's always been on that side.
I know, but way back in the early days when I was listening to Don Sherwood on KSFO, he wasn't all that bad, but he's just gotten completely off the rails and just bad. Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway, listen, I got to go inside and get something to eat here for dessert. My sweet tooth is nibbling at me here. Good night, all. Good to chat, good to catch up, and good to exchange thoughts. We're seemingly all on the same page here. KM6SRR, K6MTS, and K6USY, K6MYC, clear and listening.
Good night, fellas. K6MTS.
Good night, Mark. K6MTS, KM6SR 73. Hey, Mike, you have a count?
I can't count, and I'll have to let Judy do it. I'll just take whatever you come up with and send it to her.
Okay, I got 42, so it was a reasonable night.
Yeah, pretty good night. It's a lot. I got 2 pages of columns here.
Okay, get in and get your sweet tooth there, Mike. I've been eating chocolate chip cookies, and I've got this macadamia nut caramel thing from Costco. I'm loving it.
Oh, it sounds horrible.
Yeah, I thought you'd think so.
Good night, guys. W6BBS.
Good night, Frank. We called you in a couple of times, but you must have fell asleep.
No, I was sitting here. Just each time you mentioned me, then somebody else started talking, and I just didn't key down quick enough.
Yeah, Okay, well, that's what this bad back will do to you. It keeps you slow on the switch.
Roger. Go eat. Good night. I'm going to go get some rest. W6BBS. Good night, Rob.
See you in the morning.
Good night, Frank. W6BBS, KM6SR 73. Take care of that back. And Aaron, K6USY, how are you doing?
Yeah, good night, guys. And good night to the people on YouTube. K6USY.